All right, thanks, Aisha. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson testified on Capitol Hill this afternoon about Chicago's sanctuary city laws.
He was called to testify before the House Oversight Committee, along with the mayors of New York, Denver, and Boston. The hearing went on for hours, with dozens of members of Congress asking questions about policies that restrict police from detaining people based on their immigration status. Policies Mayor Johnson defended.
Chicago's welcoming city ordinance and our other laws and policies do not lead to more crime. They do not prevent cooperation with federal law enforcement on criminal matters. And we do not harbor criminals. We arrest them, often because of laws that allow residents to feel safe helping the police. As mayor,
Johnson had been in D.C. for days preparing for today's hearing.
NBC5's Kate Chappell is now joining us here in studio with the local reaction to the testimony that we heard today. Kate?
Alex, Marion, we are hearing from local politicians and groups on both sides of the aisle who are praising the mayor and Chicago's sanctuary status, as well as those who say more collaboration is needed on immigration reform.
Any actions that amplify fears of deportations make Chicago more dangerous.
Reaction is pouring in from supporters and opponents of Mayor Brandon Johnson following hours of testimony on Capitol Hill.
What we've seen is our mayor, Brandon Johnson, focusing on his talking points, focusing on all of those same things that he always tries to deflect to.
In January, Alderman Ray Lopez spearheaded an effort to amend Chicago's welcoming city ordinance, the focus of Wednesday's hearing, that would have made it possible for Chicago police to cooperate with federal immigration enforcement when an undocumented person is arrested or convicted of a crime. The measure was ultimately voted down.
That lack of cooperation is what I think is missing.
During his testimony, Mayor Johnson focused on safety, defending the city's policy that protects the rights of immigrants and grants all residents access to city services regardless of immigration status.
It was a good point in terms of creating trust with the institutions.
Alderman Byron Sigcho Lopez applauding the mayor for standing with the immigrant community.
This is an attack on working people that is just creating emotional, singular cases to criminalize an entire community.
Meantime, ACLU Illinois taking issue with the hearing on its face.
I think it's both performative and dangerous.
Calling it an effort to empower the president without constitutional checks.
If there's a compromise about Illinois laws and Illinois values in this instance, that we will see that play out in other ways down the road.
We'll never be defeated. And on Ash Wednesday, a coalition of spiritual leaders gathered to pray and protest mass deportations outside ICE headquarters in Chicago, calling on officials to humanize immigration policy.
Chicago has always been a welcoming city for immigrants.
Now, the hearing wrapped up just after 3 o'clock, more than 6 hours in total. The chairman ending it by saying it's the best behaved the committee has been all Congress, drawing some laughs there. He said they look forward to further discussion. So we'll see what comes next.
All right. Thank you, Kate.
Thanks, Kate.